happy Easter and thank you so much for watching this video. So in this specific video, I'll be sharing with you how to layer an egg and how to start it with undertones. So with undertones, you get to make that color, the initial color that you see, pop. And so we'll be painting this egg starting with a yellow undertone, and then we'll be adding like the shades of turquoise blue, cobalt blue, and so on. And a full class is available on Patreon. So the 2 eggs, and there's actually 2 layers for each egg, and then we have a beautiful background, loose background. So if you would like to join me on Patreon, the link is below this video. Also, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel to see more. So what I'm going to do is use my long quill size toothbrush, and I'm going to start wetting this egg. If you use masking fluid for watercolors, you want to make sure that the masking has completely dried. So I'm using the pointy part of my brush to guide myself along this sketch line. So I'm going to start with that yellowish undertone. This is my imidazzle yellow, and I'm grabbing like a milk-like ratio between water and paint. Now somewhere here is that highlight. What I'm going to do is kind of go around it so I have an area designated for that highlight so I don't lose it. And then whatever I feel like I see more of that yellow, that's where I'm going to place it. Now, you never want to just kind of cover the whole thing with that yellow and call it done. Okay. You always want to think about it where you're placing the colors. If you're using some other shade of yellow, you could actually add it now too. So this is my imidazzle yellow, a little more yellow. I'm just going to add it like right in there, for example. I'm going to clean my brush. And then I want this like a kind of like a heavy cream, I guess. Not heavy cream. I'd say half and half like ratio between water and paint of that cobalt blue and cobalt green. So the 2 colors. So somewhere there. And I'm not touching the cobalt blue yet. I'll wait for that. And then you can go over the yellow, but you want to clean your brush actually after a couple of strokes. What's going to happen is yellow plus blue creates a shade of green, right? So that's why you kind of want to, oops, I have a chunk of paint, need to dilute that. So you kind of want to feel it out. So whatever the paint feels like it's mixing too much, like here it's okay because we do feel that yellow. But here, then you might want to grab more paint, and you can also start mixing in a little bit of cobalt blue here. So the idea is to mix colors on the paper, not your palette. If you mixed the yellow that we're using with the blues that we are using on the palette, you would create a shade of green. So if that's not what you want to do, then you want to continue mixing colors on the paper. Now I'm going to grab this heavy cream-like ratio between water and paint of the cobalt green, cobalt turquoise light, and some more of this cobalt blue as well. And this time I'm going to go right here. So start somewhere here. And then kind of go back with that brush right there. And then use this, whatever I have left over, plus actually I need more. And place some of that on this side. I'm thinking about my highlights. I don't want to lose the highlights. I'm still like moments away before I go with that damp brush over this to smooth it. What happens is when you add that yellow undertone, this will look brighter. It will make your egg look brighter since we do see those yellowish undertones. And I'm just using the tip of my brush to go right along this line. And I should do the same thing right here. I picked up a little bit of yellow, so it feels like more like greenish in a way. But that's okay because actually this part should be a little lighter anyway. There you go. So I just want to shape my egg, although I do have that second chance later when I apply the second layer. So what I want to do is clean this brush, wipe it on towel. I want to grab all the 3 blues, but a little more of the cobalt blue this time. And I grab some more paint, and I'm just gonna go towards the areas where I feel like I see the most of that blue. Just kind of like, I do have shadows, but I don't want to think about the shadows yet. Shadows from the hay. And here, this is where I have this yellow layer, and I can close it. I don't need that much of that yellow showing through, so I can slightly go through it, or not through it, but around it to close it off more and more, as much as I want to leave. So something like this. So when you start applying the color, you don't want to let go. You just want to kind of keep going, because as soon as you stop, then the paint will spread in that one area. And I'm going to pull it all the way here to apply a little more color here. I do have that shadow, and I'm so tempted to actually add more to it. I just added a little line here. But that's pretty much it for this first layer. I guess I'm going to add a little more of this color right in here. So this is the mix of these blues with an addition of red. I'm going to clean the brush.